Alright guys, we're here with George Starlin, and what did you do last week?
Last week I got top 64 at the European Finals Championship in Utrecht, playing Rubak Sakazuki. Won a top player card as well, so to open it, Law, very nice pull. So I'm just going to go through the deck profile quickly, just playing a few things, obviously some basics, some nuts. So start off with the deck profile. Obviously you got your basics, you got 4 Rebecca's, 4 Lucis,
Is it completely revolutionised?
4 Brand-News, 4 Pinas. Of course these are pretty standard within the deck, deck can't function without them at all, so we're just going to keep those at 4, any questions needed there. A few of the other pieces that are quite common in the deck, but ratios are a little bit different. So we've got 2 Manchuru, again some people decide not to play Manchuru at all, some people play 1. I think it's a really good card. It's essentially just a free card back, and it forces the opponent to have to attempt to remove it, even though it's a 1k or 0 cost, it still makes people have to remove it. Moving on to the 2k counters in the deck, as most people will do, the standard 8 2k counters with Suru and Shigi, but I also decided to include 2 Bata Mayo blocker counters. I think 10 2ks is a really good number. I think 8 is just too little, especially when you still have decks like Zoro floating around in the format, and just, sometimes you can get rushed down, and it's good to have those extra counters. I think Bato was the best choice for an additional 2k, mainly because of the blocker aspect as well, so you can use it for the 2k, and even if you don't use it for that, it can come up as additional blocker as well for the opponents to get around. Next up we have 2 Sabos. I still think Sabo is a pretty crazy card, especially in a format that is dominated by Sakazuki mirror matches. So if you play down Sabo, opponent can't remove any, it forces them to move towards bottom decking, and it also is great against yellow, especially when there's a lot of triggers that can remove your characters as well. Pretty standard as well, 3 of the bottom deck Borsalino. This card, in my opinion, is really strong in both the mirror match and the yellow match, because especially with certain cards that you don't want to be destroying, Beraka, things like that. And it's just also really good because you get a body on the board, quite a big body as well, that in the mirror match especially forces your opponent to try to remove, and yellow of course can't really remove it at all. A few more extras here, so we have 2 of the 4 drop Kuzan. In my opinion, this card is still quite good. I've seen some people not play it at all, some people play it at a few extra copies. I think it's really strong into the yellow matchup, especially when they start dropping a lot of big drop characters, so your Yamatos, 8 drop Katakuris, 10 drop Big Moms, things of that nature, so it makes those a lot easier to remove and can really save you in certain games, especially when yellow doesn't have that much removal later on into the game. In terms of the mirror match and other matchups like Purple Luffy, things like that, I think the card is quite useless, but again with Sakazuki leader effect you can just go ahead and cycle it out and get extra cards. Then next up we have 3 Boku Borsalino. Again, this card is insane as well. I think the fact that your opponent can't destroy this and they're forced to bottom deck it or rest it if you're playing things like the mirror match, and also I think it's a really strong card against yellow. Something that I like to do a lot is play it very early against yellow and actually use it to swing, because to be honest, especially with going 6k on their turn, it's very hard for them to remove, and if you can get multiple of these on board against you, then you're laughing. And then the final character card, 2 10 drop Kaidos. During the rounds at Utrecht, I didn't see that much play, but I think it's a really insane card both in the mirror match and in the yellow matchup. Just being able to draw 4 and just get combo pieces back is really insane, especially if you're a low hand size. And then finally we just have the basics of Nth lineup, so 4 hand blows, 4 eruption, 2 Ice Age. I think 2 is the correct number for Ice Age because it does come up in certain matchups, but I think having 3 is too many. It can be quite tricky, again, in matchups where you don't need it, say something against like Zoro, where you really don't need that -5, then again, leader effect just lets you cycle it. And that's deck profile.
Alright, any shout outs?
Shout out Griffin's Gaming, shout out the team, shout out the boys, shout out Liam the cameraman coming down as well, and that's it.
Alright, cheers for the profile.
No worries.